It looks like we are... I think we're live. That's good. That's good. That's good. It is April 9th, 2026. It's a Wednesday. Or no, it's a Thursday, sorry. The Thursday. Alright. Making sure everything is running here. Looks like it is. That's good. Any stream health issues? Oh, all is good. Good. Photos up my main page. So, yep. If you're brand new, welcome aboard. We're gonna play some farm sim today. We're working on our vineyard project today. Oh boy. Landed here. I think it must have been flying or something. Where's my front end loader? There it is. Alright, so the big plan here is to load truck. What we're going to end up doing here. Going. I'm going to get my I-beam tracker going. Sure that's functioning. Probably going to calibrate it. It's always good to calibrate. I-beam tracker. Calibrate. Weird. Your system configuration is changed. Just happens. I did update my USB card. Take the time. Maybe, oh, you know what? I might have to install my webcam software. Okay. Let's try that. I bet you that needs an update. I can do that on the fly. It's been about a week since I played farming simulators. Yeah, it's beeping and sheeping and chirping and all sorts of stuff. Off. Because I have a feeling it needs an update. Initializing video engine. I might just reinstall the driver potentially for the webcam on the latest version. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, it's being a little crazy right now. Let's go download the latest Elgato driver. How can we help you? Elgato.com. Download. Fucking a Stream Deck update. I don't need wavelength. Camera update. Yep. This installed. So much stuff that likes to get updated. It's crazy. I'll try repair first, and if that doesn't fix it, I can always uninstall and reinstall. It works as well. Let's go ahead and try our tracking software. Let's stop it, and then I'm going to try it. And then I can get iBeam software going. Launch that up. I've given myself a wee bit more real estate with the size of my screen. So I moved Kiram Gaming up a bit. I also made flashes a little larger. I might shrink that down in future updates to my backdrop. But I moved that up as well. So that gives me basically more of my screen to be shown on the horizontal cam. So if you're on vertical, you probably have another live stream going for YouTube. Let me go here. I'm not getting any USB warning. Good to go. Alright. Test. First. Get my lights a little brighter. So the plan is to get the soil moved out of here. What we will be doing on a loading truck. I've got a lot of material to move. Kill the person. Oh wait, no, I did. Here, we get the second trail to build, I guess. Is the hard one? No. Back here. We're mainly working in the night because it's a bit bumpy here. In regards to making this flat, I guess. Should be in here. We'll see what happens. Are you hearing the noise then? See if my game audio is coming through. I think it is. Actually, it is. I did hear some good. Yeah, there is some game audio. It's probably the music. Turn it down a little bit. So yeah, got quite bumpy in here. Fix that, I guess. Right about there, so that's okay. Really too concerned. This is going to be an orchard, by the way. Olive orchard. Nice build. Oh, that's got an interesting high dump. Get auto drive going. How do I bring that up now? It's like always forget. I need to look that up. Keybinds. So you wanna check out RZ Gaming's latest video on Terrafarm. He covers some of the new features, so he's done a really good job. Be sure to check that out. I'll probably post that while I'm here. Now we're breaking the bed, and she said she wanna do it again, but I can't. Remember I made it back. There's a lot of interesting things coming. Control. The HUD for the auto drive. Alt P0. There it is. Alright. It's already pre-programmed from last time, so I need to send it on its way. I'm gonna just clean up probably. it. Going on over here? We have some blockage. Get all of this cleaned up this side. Got a bunch of sand on the other side. We got till March to put stuff into the ground. Into January. I'm gonna roll over to February. I'm not fast forwarding time because I want to conserve my time, use it wisely. And all of this area was dug out with Terrafarm. Dog a couple. Cool. Okay. So hopefully everybody had a fantastic Easter. Or maybe spring break or winter break, something. Sure. Truck is like a bit of an interesting item. Sure how much I can fit into this here. A little bit of sand in the corner to the left. About 14,000 load. like I said, this is going to be olive grove for the most part. The other side will probably eventually start terraforming that area for logging. They put a vineyard over there. This side here is probably going to get a little bit more work to put some irrigation canals in for water. Which will be fantastic. Yeah. I'm going to do a little light cleanup in the corner here. Dan. Dump this over. So it should be great. Be awesome. A lot of public work projects. We're still working on our railway system as well, but I definitely wanted to put this in. My other truck is coming. Okay. I need to clean in front of the road. One scoop out, please. To check to see how trucks are doing. Over here somewhere. Auto drive doesn't always work the way you want it to sometimes. Have to pay attention to it, see what it's doing, make sure it's doing what you need it to do. To add complexity to it, I do have a truck with 2 trailers. One of the trailers, I guess. Not sure why I didn't do the first one. That's always a challenge. Let's see if I can increase the distance. As you can set that in here somewhere. like a distance. Maximum trigger distance. I'll put it up to 50 meters. That's fine. See if this guy does a better job unloading. Yep. I'm gonna run across the field and get back over here. Hello, Void. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir. I took a week off, by the way, so don't feel so bad. I didn't really live stream much last week for Easter, so that could probably be the reason. But thank you for coming in and supporting me continuously and liking. Remember to like, please like the channel, please. Those likes mean something. I'm sort of just getting back into the swing of things after Easter break. Trying to figure out how everything works again. You know, you step away and then you're like, how do I play this game again? Do I know how to play it? We've all been there. So far, I think everything's going fine. Gotta bring it. And that might close off the edit mode. If I can load this up. The trailer's kind of kilter. Oh, this one's filled all right. So this truck combination is going to be a problem because it's two trailers. Matter of figuring out. If I put anything in there or if I just spilt it out on the side. And I'm relearning auto drive too a little bit to start to get back into the swing of it. Some people just jump in and they just start using auto drive and force play right away. I use it when I feel I need it. So usually most of my gameplay sessions I start, you know, if I start a new map or something, I'll do everything myself, but then eventually get a little too involved for them to bring in automation out. I'm just currently at that point with this map right now. So I guess with me, I get the benefit of trying like all sorts of different ways to play them. Get to do it the standard way without no mods, especially if you got a starter farm, right? The pre-existing equipment. You have like a small field or something. Oh, oh crap. When we roll into February, I'm going to have to take a look at other things. I've got about, what, 4 hours in game before it rolls over into the next. When that happens, I will probably do a few other things like check if anything needs to be sold. But I'll probably make sure I clear out the slurry out of the cow barn. Clear out egg, all of those types of things. Check production, sell stuff. Because the winter months, I like to sell things too. So I'm kind of doing a bit of everything. Let him drive off. Hope he'll drive off. Oh, go in for another 2. This hole. Need to fix this. I've got potato chips to sell. I've probably got wood products to sell. I do need to check on my bridge project. Those things like the other truck is already sold. And I'm just selling the sand. I'm going. I'm just trying to get us to a place I know. I'm just trying to hold you like you're all I know. Baby, vamos a cantar, acércate de mí, ma. Dime la vez, baby, no me mientes. Baby, no me mientes. Another load has been empty. Si me quieres, ahora me debes. Baby, dime la verdad. Y baby, no me mientes. Baby, no me mientes. As for the other side, I don't know what I've got planned for that. Interesting. The berm on the other side is going to have to be bit, I think. That close. Right in here. Try to pick up. No te voy a decir cómo vivir, ya no. I'm just trying to get us to a place I know. Baby, vamos a bailar, acércate de mí, ojalá no te vayas. I'm just trying to get us to a place I know. I'm just trying to hold you like you're all I know. Baby, vamos a cantar, acércate de mí, dime la verdad y no me mientes. Baby, no me mientas, si mana. This part right here. myself a little bit of a hole. Sort of. Sort of moving material around, giving myself a bit more space. Pretty much all that I'm really doing. Push way back here. Extra. Grab my next one. Oh, I got a little bit of sand. This side's done. So start working on that. Still here. Probably just going to cut in like this. Clear out this sand and eventually move my way over till I clear out that one berm, is what the plan is anyway. So get there. And like I said, we need to get this done by March. As for the other growth, I mean, we'll not be working on that till probably next winter. Man, so probably October, November, I will probably end up cutting more trees down. Probably put a grape grove over on it. Yeah, should be pretty good. Now the farm sim guy came out with some interesting tools for the stream deck. So I haven't played with it yet, but I intend to. It works with a specific mod. It is a mod that I have used in the past. I'm not using it, but I might consider getting back using it shortly, since he brought this about. So when I live stream, I have a stream deck. I have 2 of them. So, and also, you know, I want to really see more tools coming. That's fantastic. So farm sim guy does a pretty good job at providing different types of tools for us. So that's great. I've also looked at his video with regards to, what is it? Starting a new game and organizing your mods and stuff like that. I lightly looked at that. I got it installed, so I was looking at it too. I like the user interface. I'm hoping that maybe we'll see some more functionality down the road. I like clean interfaces. I like things that are easy to read, and flowy, modern looking. So yeah, very, very, very much I don't know, interested in that. What else? There is some other tools that I want to try with map development. I'm not really, I'm a person that isn't really too big. I'm not a map developer, let's put it that way. But I did catch an interesting tool to help with that I want to try to play with. I watched, I think it was a German content creator? I can't remember. I think it was. And I thought, so one thing I've been wanting is my own Chilliwack, right? So it looks like I could do that. I could my own Chilliwack if I wanted to. So I was kind of intrigued. It looked fun to me, anyways. If something looks, easy to use or fun, usually I will actually try it out, right? Just to see what it's like. The Giants editor, when I look at it, I'm like, I don't think I really want to learn it. But you never know. I might just start off with this one tool, and then I might move into a Giants editor app, and I just start apps if I enjoy it, right? I like to start, whenever I start learning things, I like to start with something that's simple, right? And then see what I can make with it. And it usually, if I find that whatever I'm doing is fun, then I will be inspired to do other things too, right? That's just sort of how I am, right? Just like with my YouTube channel, right? Started off with some videos with some interesting software. My early videos didn't look that great, to be honest with you. I criticize them now big time. And then I went into live streaming. Live streaming, I think, was a struggle. Just kept on pushing myself to learn different things. So that's sort of how I work. If I can start off with one project, right? You have like one project, and then you build on it, right? And if you are enjoying the small little goals that you set, then you just keep on going with it, and you know you're hooked. So I'm going to try that with maps, maybe. And we'll have to see, I guess. So I saw it come out, and this tool, remember what it was. God, it saved some video that gives me a tutorial. The guy's got like about 5 to 6 to 7, 8 different videos. You can take an existing area and turn it into a map using his tools. So looks interesting. You still do have to go into the Giants editor from what I could see in some of his videos, but a lot of it is done with his one tool that he has. So might try that. The other thing too is I would like to see a Chilliwack. Live in Chilliwack. So we had a Chilliwack and Fraser Valley map released in FS22, but I don't know if it's going to come to well, to 25. So I haven't really seen anyone really ambitious to bring it over. So, well, maybe I have to do it myself, I guess. I'll be honest, whatever I come out with, it will not be as great as theirs. Except for maybe the way it looks, simply because I'm only using FS25 graphics instead of FS22 graphics. But I know with both of them, they had, I don't know, custom, you know, productions and sorts of different things. But you never know. Maybe I might learn how to do stuff like that. I don't know. You start off small, and then if you enjoy doing it, then you stick with it. That's just how it works, right? We'll see what happens. It'll be amazing if I do make it. Like, yay, I made him up. Up to $14 million, which is good. And like I said, in February, we're going to start selling products and stuff. I'm just moving this stuff out of here so that I have room. And eventually I can start filling on the other side. Now the thing with the two maps, I'm not sure if we'll see Chumpy or for who the other so they both have Discords and haven't heard any from either of them. Kinda hard to say whether we will see. The interesting thing is I thought it was kind of interesting. I was like, because that was when I actually started doing live stream, video content, stuff like that. All of a sudden, there was like 2 people here. So I don't know if those people knew who I was in real life or not. I don't usually advertise who I go live stream. Everyone, I'm just Kiram Gaming, but you never know, maybe they recognize my voice or something in passing or something like that, or right? Or for all I know, maybe I went to school with them. Right? When I was in high school or something like that. You just don't know, right? No. But it is a great place. To make maps. It's a valley. There's some mountains, that sort of thing. Right? You can do forestry too here. So that's the other thing too. FS22 saw a huge push for forestry at the Forestry League, right? Put on by RC Gaming and the Farm Sim guy. Had more of an introduction to Thrustmaster products, joystick, a lot of pretty cool stuff. I mean, some people even won some like Thrustmaster products, right? Sponsored. Great. Great. Yeah. Push it up. Drive off. I'm going to continue to move this berm over to the left side of this truck. Drive up. Hello, Kiwi Sim Farm. That still can't chat. Oh boy. Well, thank you for stopping in. Everybody, this is Kiwi Sim Farmer. Be sure to hit the link in the chat. Come up with a subscription. Check out his live stream. Fantastic person. Does a lot of farming sim too. You're kind of working late, aren't you? Aren't you usually off by now? maybe it's still early. I guess it's still gonna make the big butt. Thing goes. Back up him. The mug works out great, by the way. But you know, probably very helpful during the live stream too. That way I don't have to get up and refill my coffee as much. So I bought a mug from Kiwi Sim Farmer. Got like the largest mug that they've got, that he's got available. Which I think is very handy. You need a lot of coffee or something like that. Definitely a handy one. There's different sizes too. I could have gotten a smaller size, I suppose. But it's great for me if I'm live streaming. Probably going to put cold beverages in it, I think, because we're getting into summer where I'm starting to get warm now. Take a look at my widget here. Yeah, we're at 14 degrees Celsius. We're starting to get warm. Which is good, and it's sunny too. I don't feel as tired either, which I like. The one thing about having the summer weather, I find that wet, cold weather not really in the mood to get up and do things. A little bit more difficult. Could be the vitamin D. Anything really. Don't know. Nope. Here comes the truck again. Get on in here, buddy. Gotta fill this one first. Eventually, I'm gonna be able to work on this. So it's a nice addition to add an extra mug. So that would probably be the second mug that I have. I also have an Kiram Gaming mug. That one's a little bit more of a standard size. Went with that. And I also have a Kiram Gaming hoodie as well. That. So from time to time I'll try to get myself some merch or stuff like that. Oh, and I think I got an Kiram Gaming phone case too. But I took that off, so I don't have it. I just kind of add to my collection. So. Which is kind of cool. I like supporting fellow content creators that, you know, have been there for a while, helped out. So, like, eventually I get to some different people slowly but steadily. Usually once a year or something like that, or whatnot. get an item and treat myself or whatnot. And has interesting things on. Kind of interesting too, especially if they're like from a different part of the world. I used to be in Boy Scout. Boy Scouts is pretty much almost in every part of the world. Not every part, but different parts of the world. The youth group basically that teaches you different skills and stuff like that. Get to go out and go camping, learn survival skills and stuff like that. Cool. And I don't know. I went to my what we call is our first provincial jamboree, and my scout leader, which is the adult that basically runs the group, he moved to Canada, but he's originally from Kansas. So one of his big things was because he was still an American, what he did for the entire troop is he ended up buying all sorts of troop badges from different states. Some of them were very, very beautiful, very detailed. Well, in comparison to some of the ones we have in Canada, it's like, what the heck? Not to say ours aren't that bad or anything, but I mean, stuff. In comparison, you'll be like, wow, literally, wow, right? So we were able to get he bought boxes of those, and and this is out of his own money too, which is pretty. At the time, I didn't really think too much of it because, you know, young, probably didn't really know the true value of the cat. But, you know, it's exceptionally generous that he bought like a lot of these packs from not just one state, but various states. And then allowed probably, I think there was about 12 of us in the troop. And we got like a selection of them, right? And then what we were allowed to do is we could go and trade them or keep them if we wanted to. Right? In some cases, you know, if there was a lot of duplicates of one, like had an abundance of them, he could say, well, you can have this one, but then just trade this one, right? So it would be an extra duplicate. Basically ones that were, you know, fairly decent, but he had like so many of them. It was like, so you can take two. One you keep, and then one you give away, and then with some he gave, I think that's a rule that you can choose two out of any of the selections that you specifically want to keep, right? So that was one rule, and then the other rule is that you get like a few that you can trade. Okay. So you would trade off the ones you don't really want, right? Keep the ones that you really want, the other ones for trading. So we had people come from all over North America for sure. There was a lot of that. But we did have people come from overseas too, right? Some people from the UK. I think there was some from Australia. I think, I can't remember, it was so long. I just know that they came from outside of North America. British Columbia, Canada, for the jamboree. that truck going over? I think it is. Maybe I spilled it. Yep. Try to dump the rest for that. Like,
yeah. All right. Wouldn't lie to you.
let me just see.
She's got a hold on me. She's a little bit crazy.
Please be. I'm overshooting it, aren't I? Yep. I'm not getting it into the. Take some from over here, I think. All this stuff over here.
You wanna say to me, I just want you to leave so I can get you on my mind. We just weren't meant to be. I'm glad you
So
set me
today,
free, and now I'm leaving you
started to get. I got another lavender plant. So, English lavender. I guess there's different species of English lavender. I tried to get the exact same, but I think it was that successful. But I'm in the English lavender plant. But they also have Spanish lavender. Looking at that, and they make them into like almost like a tree. But I stayed away from that because those ones I don't think last for very long. Because I was strategically thinking with the climate, what I usually do. So England, or no, Britain, UK has similar weather to what I have in British Columbia. Maybe not exactly we probably got to maybe a little bit colder. I don't know. But it's pretty close, fairly close. So, we get a lot of rain in my part of Canada. And it, like I said, we can get cold, and get frostbite, stuff like that. Not as severe as probably other parts of Canada, like most of the rest of Canada, like a deep freeze minus 30 to 40 to 50 degrees Celsius. It's just like cold, right? Where I'm at, I don't usually get that cold. I think the most we've ever seen is maybe 15, which granted is cold, but it doesn't happen very often. Like, we're lucky to go, we kind of like usually bounce, 5 degrees freezing, so -5, which happens at night, and then during the day we'll bounce back up to 0 and sometimes up to +5. So like kind of right in that zone of temperature where we don't get cold very often. But like I said, we got a lot of moisture as well. So lavender, I think, is like a drought-prone type plant. So if you get into the Spanish variety, they probably wouldn't do very well. But with the English lavender, I'm probably just getting away with it, right? Sort of how I look at it. So what I do is I basically take the clippings off the plant and I use it for tea. And I try to get the high oily type, or with an abundance of oil. And usually what I do is like right now, like the plants aren't flowering, but if I can smell lavender off of it, then I know that it's got an abundance of oil, right? So that means you can pretty much use the stem. What else? You can use the stem or the leaves, or of course everyone uses flower, right? And then I put that in my tea, and I put that as coffee. Sometimes I do coffee too, right? So I'll put coffee into a coffee filter, and then I'll add like a sprig of lavender into the coffee filter, and then it will flavorize the coffee with a sweet lavender taste. Right? That way I don't have to put sugar in my coffee. I don't have to. Natural sweetener. So anyways, I bought another plant. My current plant that I had, I think I cut it down too far. So with that, you're only supposed to cut into the plant. So it's actually, the stems actually turn into like a wood, literally. A very thin wood, but still it's a wood. Tell, because it'll be brown colored and it'll be a little stiff. I think I just went a little bit too far down. So my main plant that I have, I think is a little butchered. But it is growing. It may recover. It still might. So I talked to the florist, right? Said, well, this is my situation. Well, you might have done some damage to it, but it's still early spring, so it still might recover. So And you do have some green growth on it already, which I do. So some of it does have growth. Yeah, that's what it did. That, which is good. It's going to look like truck. Should have had. Like I said, you gotta sometimes babysit the auto drive. Make sure it's running. But right now, I have a feeling we have a problem.
When we were younger, we used to sit on the grass among the flowers. We just let the days pass by.
Generally, this truck. You know what happened? I think it's because that ran into it. That's a problem.
We didn't care what we were told, 'cause when we were younger, we used to sit on the grass and go, damn, I don't wanna grow old.
Right, now
I
forward.
wish I could turn back time. Stay up all night singing
The
songs
front one
on
is
the
still full.
terrace. We didn't mind sitting out in the cold.
This guy's a little too fast. That's the problem.
We were free. Do you remember stealing smokes from your parents? Sometimes we got a bit out of control. When they found out we ran from home just to scare them, we were free. When we were 17.
So I'll just have to fill up the rear one.
When we got older, we tried to stay in touch.
And it's still stuck.
But we had to move on. Life ran away from us.
Send him on his way.
If I could go back, be 17 again, yeah, I would, just to see all my friends running around the city, acting crazy like we used to do. I wish I could turn back time. Stay up all night singing songs on the terrace.
So having a road train is a little challenging with auto drive. Because it does take time between the trailers to unload. So you have to keep that into consideration. Like from the distance, all the sand looks gold-like. Once you get a little closer, it renders in properly. Got a bump here. I'll probably try to clean that up later, I guess.
When we were younger, we used to sit on the grass and go, damn, I don't wanna grow old. Stay up all night singing songs on the terrace. We didn't mind sitting out in the cold. It wasn't possible to make us embarrassed. We were free. Do you remember stealing smokes from your parents?
Did not know they had music in the cab of these things.
When they found out we ran from home just to scare them, we were free. When we were 17.
The truck.
When we were 17.
first one is already full like with the film effect. Probably will have a head start. That truck right behind it. That's crazy. Should be the last bucket load that I have to put in. Yep. Second, third. Fine. Have about 3 in-game hours. So, two. Before we hit next month. It's quite possible to get all of this footy. This in. Did that go in? Yep. Yep. probably put like one more scoop or two. Very bumpy. I will need to use a bulldozer or something to smooth things out, I think. Maybe. We will see. Hello, Jody Beard. Welcome in. How are you? Hopefully you had a great weekend. A fantastic Easter. I'm still working on the project from the last time you were in here. Sort of moving things. I'm trying to get rid of Zelda. It's going well so far. A few hiccups with auto drive. Close to the sand around here. My construction project, I think, is on schedule. I at least got a month left to get this sand out of here before March. So I feel I am on schedule. Something can always go wrong. Jasper River Valley map. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few other people I've seen playing one. Get like maps that are great. Usually you'll see a lot of people playing on them. At least until the next great map comes out. But unless you're like me, who just sticks with one map. Which is fine too. If you like a map, there's no rule that says you have to change maps. Just stick with it and play forever on it. Okay, I have to go check my truck. Make sure that they're behaving. Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to say something like that. People only stick with maps if they really like it. And for me, I usually have just a, I'm usually limited to like a few here. And that's just how I am, which is fine. Okay, how's my trucks doing? I think they're causing some problems. Not going on. I might have to take the second trailer off. I don't know if another truck hanging around somewhere. Yep, that happens too. In FS22 or no, FS19 I think. I played on a multiplayer server. We would basically change up the map like after a month of gameplay, usually. this truck. I use this one for unloading material.
Let's go. Are you ready?
I went the wrong
You've been
way.
staring since I came in. I know you wanna get to know me.
Bobtailing here.
But honestly, I came with my girls, wanna dance by ourselves. Can't you tell? Baby, baby, I have thick skin. Yeah, I don't let things get to me. But do you want me to spell it out for you right now? I'm not feeling your vibe. Crystal clear that you're head over heels, but don't come any closer, my
Exactly.
dear.
Play it the way you want to
Get
play
mad,
it.
I cannot control what might happen.
All that really matters.
You think you can put your hands on my body.
You set your own.
I'm no damsel in distress. Come too close, I might just
That's the
lose
biggest
it. I knock you down
appeal
like
to
boom,
sandbox
boom, boom, boom,
games
boom, boom.
that are
I knock
sandbox.
you down
Like
like boom, 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 boom.
you don't have any restrictions
I knock you down like boom,
how you play the game.
boom, 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 boom. I knock you down
Oh
like
my god. I have another trailer kicking
you're messing with the wrong girl. I bring the thunder, haven't you heard? But honestly, I just wanna dance with my girls here tonight. No man by our side.
Okay.
Crystal clear that you're
Park
head
this
over
right
heels, but
here.
don't come any closer, my dear. Cause when I get mad, I cannot control what might happen. You think you can
I think I got another
put your
trailer
hands on
inside.
my body. I'm no damsel in distress. Come too close, I might just lose it. I knock you down like boom, 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 boom.
Those trailers, but I don't want
Down like boom, 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 boom. I knock you down like boom, 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 boom. I knock you down like boom, 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 boom. Boy, you better sit down, you just shut your mouth. 'Cause I don't need a man to make me feel fine. Better sit down, you just shut your mouth. You
Oh, there's that
better sit down,
trailer.
you just shut your mouth. 'Cause I don't need a man
Another
to
truck
make
right
me feel
there.
fine. Better sit down, you just shut your mouth. Yeah.
Oh, actually, this truck might be in the way.
Put your hands on my body. I'm no damsel in distress. Come too
A lot of
close, I might
college
just
football.
lose it.
Yeah, that must keep you pretty busy.
Knock you down like boom.
Your season almost over. But yeah, another trailer here. Gotta set this to. Gravel. There's the gravel. 48 degrees where I'm at tonight. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I'll have to look that up in a sec here. Oh, it's sand. I'm transporting sand. And gravel. Okay, let's find out what that is in. I'll ask co-pilot. Co-pilot is all too. Oh, 8.9 degrees Celsius. You're cooler than I am. I'm 13 degrees Celsius. But I will be honest with you, the weather has been very weird all across the world. Very weird. So everywhere except Canada has been exceptionally warm. So, which is kind of interesting. So the weather's kind of all over the place. It's weird. The weather is still cold in Canada. Probably parts of Canada, but not where I am. It's very warm. Fairly warm. So, like 13 degrees Celsius. What is that? Also, probably translate. Celsius. We are 55.4 degrees Fahrenheit. So like I said, we're a little bit warmer than, at least where I am, Canada. Other parts of Canada might be a little colder. So I think it's going to be a very hot summer though for me, I think. We didn't get any snow where I am. So not to say that that's not entirely abnormal, but it's felt warmer than normal for some reason. So I think we're gonna have a very active fire season, is my belief. That truck gonna just go. I'm missing some trucks here. Find them. All sorts of stuff. Guy's still moving. Hi. Oh. Yeah, this guy's still hanging things up. Well, definitely come up if you can. Some people, when they come to Canada, they do like a cross-country kind of journey. So, just like the United States, one part of the United States is not like another part of the United States. So you have to keep that in mind. There's like, especially like if you like the outdoors, there's a lot of scenery to see. It's very spacious. So I think in the United States, like I did a Google map search of the US, and I noticed that there's like usually a lot of farmland, or there's a lot of highways, or there's a lot of housing, or there's a lot of villages and stuff like that. Like it's just like really built up in this state. So when I look across the border and I use Google Earth, right? And then when you go to Canada, you'll notice that there's like a lot of wooded space. I mean, a lot. So you can probably go somewhere and yell and scream all you want. No one will hear you. Except for the animals, though. So, of course, they probably would hear. So it's quite possible you'll be surprised at like how spacious it is. Possibly. I'd have to ask another American that has come up here and see if what their impression is. I've never actually asked anyone that, just to see. But my assumption is that they would think that wow, it's like endless trees. I think would be the impression. I could be wrong. I'm just assuming, because I never actually asked anyone. But that would be my assumption. To me, it's just normal, right? That. Shut this off. And then we will try that off. And then I'm going to take this guy. Okay, that's on there. We're gonna do sand again. Yeah, I need to pick it up from something. Need let's see, mark it loose. There we go. Hopefully this will fix my truck problem. Mind you, I'm going to have a lot more trucks to fill. When you mean login maps, you mean logging, right? Like forestry? I think that was probably a typo. Yeah, there's a lot of forestry that are available. Those are good to play. Normally, I would probably be doing a lot of forestry maps. Probably in the next game, I will probably focus on forestry maps. This map here is more of a like a production map. Heavy production map. Yep. Yeah, eventually get yourself into P. You'll enjoy it. I know I enjoy it. I couldn't fathom going to a console. there's too much limitation, but I don't like. It is what it is. Go get it. I think PC environments are going to change quite a bit too. Like, I'll be honest, I've always been a Windows person. Always a Windows person. But I keep on hearing people talking about Linux a lot. Do I know a lot about Linux? No. But I keep on hearing people talking about it. But people, I think why Linux is getting more of people are moving to Linux a bit more simply because they find that Microsoft, I think, is like, I don't know, not putting out as good of a product. So it's hard to say. So I don't know. Myself, I haven't touched Linux myself, but I have a friend that has touched Linux and is playing with it and enjoys it. And then Rocket, who's part of my my community, my YouTube community. He has played with Linux. So, and then I keep on seeing YouTube videos about Linux. So maybe I will look up. Okay. The one thing about Linux, why most people are hesitant with it, is that most versions are. The other thing that most people don't usually touch Linux is because whatever they like to do will not work or is not easy to use on Linux. But slowly but steadily, that's not becoming the case. And when that happens, people start moving off of, the Microsoft operating. So, but for you, I don't know if you know anything about Linux, but I would probably just stick with Windows till you get used to things. Go that route. Unless you're a quick learner. Like even myself, I've never really touched Linux. To a degree. But not really too big on learning. I'm not a fan of command line. So if I do find a version of Linux that got a graphical user interface, and if I'm ambitious enough to actually consider it, playing with it, maybe. Yeah, much. Do you have an Xbox? I can't remember if you were PlayStation or Xbox. Because if you are Xbox, I was going to say keep your Xbox controller. Because if you get a dongle or even a cable, like I think, I'm not sure which, I think all Xbox controllers cable, but anyways, if that is the case, you can do that. and you can still use your Xbox controller. There are still people who play on PC that actually do use an Xbox controller. But the thing is, too, right? You can hook up your Xbox controller to the PC, and you can still use your keyboard, your mouse. You can use a joystick. You can use a Thrustmaster joystick as well. All sorts of devices, right? And you can use them all during your gameplay session. You can just kind of switch. So you can do that on a PC, and you don't have to disconnect anything. You just leave it connected, and then maybe your hand gets sore moving a mouse around. I don't like this anymore. Go back to Xbox controller. You can just pick it up off your desk, as long as it's connected and running, and you can start using it. So, just a pro tip. Especially if you have other games too, right? Like some games are ideal with a controller. I won't disagree with that. I mean, maybe you want to play, I don't know, Mortal Kombat, right? That's a button masher. So you can get Mortal Kombat off of, off of Steam too, right? You're like, well, I don't want to play this on with my mouse and my keyboard. So then you just grab your Xbox controller that's connected to the computer. Thought I'd better mention, because I know some people just throw their controller away. I say, no. Keep it, because you might be able to, you can still use it. Even myself, I have an Xbox controller. Do I use it a lot? Not particularly, but there have been a few situations where I have actually taken it out, played. Mortal Kombat being one of them. Call it a fighting game. Back up. And if you do have a PlayStation, I can't confirm this because I never had a PlayStation controller, but I think some people have figured out how to work it, but you'd have to look that one up. So maybe a PlayStation 5 controller can work, but I'm not going to guarantee it. It's just sort of like Reddit posts that I've kind of read in passing, but not in depth. So is it easy to set up? I don't know. So. But that's something that you could probably research. So I think someone has figured out how to use a PlayStation controller. I think. See if I can get to the other side. Oh.
So just stay for a little while. So just stay for a little while.
There. So yeah, I would probably do research on the PlayStation 5 controller when you get your PC, of course. See if it'll work, or you can figure out how to connect it. Like I said, some people have figured it out, but I don't know if it's super hard.
But you make it alright. I wanna know you better. Give me every detail. I won't judge you, as you know. I could stay forever when I'm lying in your arms. Oh,
Now I can fill up from this side.
it just took some time. Now I just hope that you stay for a little while. You fix what's broken when you make that smile. So just stay for a little while. So long when you go, and I can't get enough of you. So can't you stay a little while? I don't want you to leave, so please stay with me. Stay for a little while.
Stay for a little while.
So much better.
Is open. It just took some time. Now I just hope that you stay for a little while.
You fix what's broken.
There we go.
Make that smile.
This is gonna be great.
So just stay for
I'm glad that I added the extra truck. I got college football Madden. Oh, okay.
you fix what's broken when you make that smile.
I've never played that one. I'm not a huge not a football fan. I don't play a lot of sports games, so can't say. But I used to have a console system like a long time ago, and I think I had like a hockey game, an NHL game, and I found that it was exceptionally easier to just scroll with the joystick. So potentially the joystick might be better, or the controller, I mean, as opposed to a mouse and keyboard. So if you play a lot of games like your football game, because it's like a top view, right? You're looking over the field and you've got all the players on the field, right? You might find it better to have the controller. So, guess you'll have some experimentation to try. See what works. You might even say, oh well, this is way better mouse and keyboard. So, like I said, it varies from game to game, really. Like some games are better with a controller, and then some are better just with mouse and keyboard, right? Like you've probably seen me play World of Warcraft. That's far better to be played on a mouse and keyboard, right? And including farming simulator. Yeah. I have a feeling we'll be revisiting this conversation when you get your when you do get your computer. So I'll be interested to hear what you have to say if you actually prefer the controller over the mouse and keyboard. Or you might even say, nope, I definitely like the mouse and keyboard more. My nephew he has always been a console player, so most of what I'm saying based on him, because he has always been a console player, right? So he would come and visit and he would play a game on my computer, right? And he'll be like, oh, I can't do this with a mouse and keyboard, right? Because he's so used to using a controller. So I would bring out the Xbox controller and I would give that to him and he would use that. So, but not everyone is like that. Some people are, you know, can do it both. He likes playing Apex Legend shooter games, stuff like that. I'm not a big shooter person. Not good at it. I'm the one guy you do not want on a team playing Apex, Call of Duty, or any of those games. Like, nope, you're out of here. You're not on my team. Or they'll be like, oh, well, that was a nice try. As they try to be polite, right? It's like, okay, I get it. Yes, I understand. I suck. No, 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 no. You tried. That's all that matters. Usually when he comes over, I'll be like, hey, you want to play Apex and try to get my guy up higher? That's one way to get a high score or whatever. Get a family member that's pro at a certain game and get them to play your account for you. Here you go. The only downside that I noticed with that is that once you rank up that high in Apex Legends, right, then you die a lot quicker. Because your skill set is still the same, right? But I suppose you do unlock like better cosmetics.
Exclusively take one step like this song in my head. It makes sense if you jump in my bed. I see the truth in your smile.
Yeah, where's the other truck? I have a concern in my truck. I've got like 4 trucks on the run. Oh, there it is. Eesh, that scared me. Okay, so there you go. So you could do that. And I had to do that. I had to do that with my Xbox controller. I had to get a cable. I had to connect it. So yeah, I would encourage you to do that. And then after that, like I said, try the mouse and keyboard, try anything else that you have, just to find out, because you might say, oh, well, the keyboard and mouse is actually better. But that's the beauty of the computer. You can do controller, you can do mouse and keyboard, all of it. There's more options. It's like kind of like a car with options. instead of the standard model, you've got like the upgraded model with all the features. You may not use all the features, but they're there.
If I could, I would give you the moon. Say stop if I'm coming in too soon. Colliding like celestial bodies. Oh, oh.
How are we doing for time? 150.
Celestial bodies. Celestial bodies.
Still in January, which is good. Get the rest of this stuff picked up. And have to, and my gas is doing fine. This is definitely going a little faster now that I have more truck. So there's like no waiting game here. And we're nearly 15 million, which is good. Yeah, the third-party mods are really what you're after, especially with a PC and farms. So you probably might end up doing some of the stuff that I do. I game. You'll have more maps available. So when you move over to doing PC farm sim. Some of it got dumped inside. Missed. Shame. And there's some script mods that are interesting too. So like you don't really need like there's some mods that add like other effects like wind tree for the wind for the tree. I don't know if my trees are. No, they're not. But anyways, there's some that will react to the wind. I don't think it's a windy day. That's probably why they're not blowing. Me. Too far back. So You can do that. There's a lot more realistic mods too. That's a big thing in Farming Simulator. I don't have a lot of realistic mods, but there are a lot. There are a lot. Especially right now. There's a lot out there of realistic. Hope I didn't know. But that's a big thing. So it really doesn't have to be, you know, like adding like, you know, auto drive, DPS and stuff like that. Sometimes it's just adding script mods that add more functionality for realism. And that's something I don't really talk too much about because I don't play a lot of realistic mods. But they are there and I see them all the time. Okay. So yeah, when it comes to the game, you can do what I do, right? So when I first start FS25, I start with the base game, right? Just to learn what I'm supposed to do. Every game that I've seen come out for Farm Sim has new gameplay functionality, and usually it's like new props, right? So they usually, and they'll tweak existing stuff a little bit. So usually the first month comes out, and I usually use the first month to just play the base game map that's available. Everybody does that, I think. Oops, I'm making a mess. And they use that opportunity to learn, well, how does this new game play, right? That's just how they do it. And then eventually, within about a month, you're going to have stuff hit the mod hub, or you're going to have new maps come out. And then you can go and start adding those mods to your existing game to change it, right? Usually in about a month, you've got basically an understanding, watched enough YouTube videos, learned everything that you know. And pretty much that's how everyone does it. Giants partners will be ahead of us because they'll usually get early access, so you watch like videos they put out to kind of get a little bit of an forward. Just go from. Oops. Did it go in? Yeah, it went in. I had a friend give me a copy of FS16, I think, or 7. And I played it a little bit, but not too much. And then, or was it 15? One of those. And I only played it for a little bit, not very long. It was interesting, but then I went back to my regular games that I normally play. And then I never went back to it, but I thought it was interesting, but I didn't get quite hooked. And then I seen a sale on Steam for Farming Simulator 19, and that's really where I got into playing it, right? I was at a time where I was like bored, had maybe more time on my hands or something. Just started playing Farming Simulator. and then I was kind of hooked. So I played 22, and now I'm in 25. Yeah, I got truck after truck after truck right now. Farm. Oh, oh. It took me a bit, I'll be honest, it took me a while to figure out about third-party mods, because most of my mods I was downloading off the Mod Hub. And I really didn't know how mods really work. So my impression of mods was like, I don't know, like way off. Because what I did was I got like basically mods that were from Giant. And then it wasn't until I joined a multiplayer community that I sort of understood more. So I mainly learned how to play Farm Sim, I would say, from Mark Thor and Legion and RX Gaming. They're the ones that taught me how to play Farm Sim. It's just the truth of it. I mean, I played the game before I met them, right? But I really learned a lot more when I started playing with them because they had a multiplayer server. And because I'm working with them in the multiplayer server, right? I think I probably learned a lot off of just interaction because they ended up they ran the farm and they knew how to set the farm up. They knew all of the things that they needed to do. So when I joined the multiplayer server, I ended up being a farmhand, pretty much. And they didn't call me a farmhand, but that's sort of how it worked, right? So I would join the server, and then I would be like, hey, what do you need me to do? And they would assign me a task. And from there, I slowly learned. I think Mark Thor and Legion were the first two people that I actually interacted with on the server. I think my first thing that I did was I remember joining Legion and doing logging things. So back from the moon. Oh yeah, I guess so. One sec. Guys, I'll be right back. There's some weird light thing going on inside. It could be aliens or it could be the astronauts returning. I don't know. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what it is. It's too far away to tell what it actually is specifically. But it looks like it's got like, it's white for the most part, but it's stationary. And then you get a flash of blue and you get a flash of red. And sometimes it's together and then sometimes it's apart. So I don't know what it is, but it's too far away to say whether or not if it's aliens. Hello, Eric, the crazy Viking. I don't know what it is. Way too far away. Like, you can't say, oh, that's an alien. Can't do that. Can't say if it's a plane. But it's blinking a lot. Whatever it is, it's blinking a lot. And you get a little bit of, like I said, a bit of blue, and you get a little bit of red, and then sometimes it's white. And then the blue and the red sometimes are centered, but sometimes they're not. So, in comparison to like stars, right? The stars are not blinking as much as it. So I don't know why. But it's not moving. It's just there. So. But then, you know, the Artemis is supposed to be returning, right? So maybe it's that. I don't know if they crashed down yet. Have they? I think so. Because they're supposed to return. I'll look that up. Maybe I'm actually seeing the Artemis. I think it's Artemis 2. Probably spelled Artemis wrong. Co-pilot will know what I'm talking about. Artemis 2 launch. Does it visible? Best chance April 2nd. We're on the April 3rd. Return leg, great visibility. So 5th to the 9th, it's not visible, but it says by April 10th, which is day 9, the return leg, there is a greater visibility. Brightens from magnitude 4 to 11.1. Visible again, 6 to 12 inches. Go. And April 11th, brief window before reach. I don't know if it's that. Now, we do have police helicopters, but I don't know if it's that. I don't think so. And it just sits there. I don't know what it is. My trucks are all backlogged.
Been walking round in circles, wondering where to start.
Right.
This long overdue conversation.
But makes me think it's like artificial because I see the blue and the red flashes sometimes. So maybe stars can naturally do that. Maybe I don't. But it's flashing a little bit quicker than. Maybe I'll look it up later. Hey, is there anything in the sky that would flash like blue and red? Looks like a star. Is there any like merging planets or something? Because sometimes you can get like planets that are in alignment and they'll look a little bit bigger, but because they are, you know, different colors, right? That could be it too. Right? But I suppose it could be a big giant drone too, but we don't have them yet. But I know that they had all those drones like all over the United States that were fairly large, right? But this seems fairly far away, right? And I saw those images like on TV with those drones, right? They're flashing different lights and stuff, but I can't see it being them. Unless they got supersized larger than what we saw on TV network for those drones, right? Even people were saying they're UFO, right? But I think they determined that they were actually drones. Investigation. But the sizes of those drones in those photos, because of the distance of this object, it's way too far away, so I don't think it's them. But it kind of flashes a little bit, right? So unless they supersized it, oh well, it's even larger. The ones that we were using before are not big enough. I don't know. And I don't know. It could be. It's stateside too, because where I live, I'm probably 25 kilometers away from the border. So whatever this object is, it would be in western Washington State. So maybe they did supersize the drone. Like, no, these drones weren't big enough. We need to make them bigger. But it could be a star too. So it's hard to tell, right? So I'm not gonna say what it is because I can't tell. Too far away. And our eyes play tricks on us. No, he's not allowed to. He can't phone home, I'm afraid. Oh. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's how they do it. ET upgrades his cellular plan by getting a larger spacecraft. But I'm going to check my lives once I'm done my live stream, like later on, which will be in about 2 hours. I'm going to go out and see if the object is still there. And yeah, it might be still there. It probably will be even darker too at that time because the sun sort of just went down. So to get rid of some excess light, maybe it might be a little bit visible. To see what maybe it is. Who knows? The other thing I want to do too is look up to see what photographs they took of the other side of the moon. I saw an image on Facebook, but I think it was AI. It looked like this big giant crater, right? And I asked in the group, I said, is this real or is this just AI? And I said, if it's real, my other, because it was a huge crater, right? And I asked another question because I don't know, right? I was like, well, if we were to land people on the moon, right, and that crater is actually real, right, because it was huge, right? Can scientists figure out how old that crater is, right? And then I had a third question too that I put in the group. I said, can we determine, based on other craters that are there, you know, how often we see impacts and stuff like that, right? Because I was kind of wondering, it's like, how much of a beating does the moon take on our behalf, right? So, because if we didn't have the moon there, everything that's impacting that moon would probably be impacting us, right? So, kind of interesting. At least I would want to know. Crap, this guy didn't. He got bashed. See, these guys don't like getting hit very well. Refuel. Oh, he's out of gas? Oh, crap. I'm out of gas, everybody. My fuel truck. I have another one. I have a truck over here. Nope. Is that truck? I must have another truck way over here. But yeah, it's kind of be interesting to see what scientists would say, right? Because then you get a greater appreciation for them, basically, right? Especially if it takes quite a bit of quite a thing. But I think they've always said that the moon acts like, has always been a bit of a protection kind of thing, right, for the Earth. But it's not until you actually see what it's actually doing that you can actually appreciate it. Now that we can get photos and stuff, you can take a look and see, okay, well, that guy definitely is like a, you know, a good protector. That moon. I think I got my fuel truck over here. I'm pretty sure I filled it up with gas. I hope I don't have to go get more. Let's see if it'll autofill on its own. We do have some diesel in it, so that's good. Okay, if I drive right up to it, it might autofill up a bit. Got quite the lineup of trucks, that's for sure. There we go. That's filled. Guess we can park this over here. I'll keep it down here in case I need it again. I'll get back to rest of this sand out.
hecho, hasta me hiciste un favor. Los ojos son malos para guardar secretos. Solo me pide que te tenga respeto. Me ha fallado para no fallarte a ti. Y ahora me pide que lo hablemos discreto. Ya que lo pienso, no fue error conocerte. Error fue pensar que era diferente. Me ha fallado para no fallarte a ti. Y de errores ha sido suficiente.
So I'm guessing when they land the Artemis, they're going to do a full analysis, a briefing, and then they'll make probably an attempt to try to land on them. Yes, right? Be the next thing to do. I wonder if they're going to like put a Tesla bot on the moon. That's what I'd like. I'm not sure who's running the show on that. Is that like Elon Musk or is it? Well, I guess that last one was NASA, right? Because I know Jeff Bezos has a Facebook program too. But it'd be interesting if they tried to put like a Tesla bot up there for those robots to do things. Because at some point they're going to have to test that out, right? Because you know they're going to put robots up there. Everybody knows that's going to happen. But they got to do it at some point, right? Can they operate up there? Yeah, the question. The question is, they probably would float away. Would they float away, or can they stay on the ground? Because I know Elon Musk started the idea that he wanted to put like people on Mars, but I don't think people are going to end up on Mars first. I honestly think it's going to be a robot, I think. Just because we're just moving so quickly with that kind of thing, right? So I have a feeling they will be there first. So you probably will see some lunar missions with robots, right? With probably a crew of people, right, to monitor things, where things go. So doing a lunar mission probably would be a better idea to test that sort of thing out, because I don't think anyone lose anything. They could probably put a very cheap one up there. I don't know how much those things go for. Oh. Either way, Jeff Bezos could probably put Alexa up there if he wanted to. But it'd be interesting. I think it's power sources too, so you'd have to have a charging. So, I don't know, all of that technology is fairly built too. Just scratching the surface on robots that look like humans. And, well, they're not very perfect. There's still some limitation. Yes. comes another truck return. Like one truck after another. So we're up to 15 million. 15 is good. So quite a bit of money for this sale. And I think it was a good idea to put the truck on, or truck. Oh, getting through this a lot quicker. A little bit more consistent, where there's at least the truck always available. Build. And I will have probably February to do point of sales, which means I can much look after my other production. So probably next week I will probably have a little bit of this to do. Unless I get it done, because I got like about for my live stream. So it's possible that I may have a little bit to do live stream, but most of it's going to be sales. And then looking after my animals. And then once we get into March, that's when I can start putting my rows of olive trees down, and then this construction project will be done pretty much. So it will be an active field. There'll probably be some other smaller projects like irrigation ditches that I will putting in. And then probably next fall, we'll get back into logging again, and we'll be doing something similar to what we're doing here, but for a grape orchard. So, but through the summer months, I'll be probably pretty busy. So, planting and growing and that, yes. And then, I don't know, all of the next work area probably won't be all, it probably won't be all great, because that'll be a lot of grape. I might put, some rice down, side. Maybe. We'll have to see. Once you get the trees down, you start realizing how much space you have. Oh, I don't think I want to do that much, right? Get a different perspective at that. let's have to be careful. Built a bit. Other construction projects will probably be over at the main farm too. Probably ponds, more irrigation ditches, sorts of things. I might even build myself a water access area somewhere. Because right now I'm using, well, realistically a what do you call it? I'm using a mod, yeah, like a water tower mod. But I have some ideas of what I want to do though, like for water access that I think would be kind of interesting. So for my design, other than just a water tower. Now that I can use a water plant, I think I can get water from the water plant. I haven't tried that yet, to tell you the truth. Oh, keep on spilling.
When we go to bed at night, we won't turn out the light until we made it right and repair the fight. We talk about what's tough, not afraid to bring it up. We laugh when times are rough. All of is enough to carry us through. You bring me roses on a Tuesday, kiss me at the red light. We both like to walk down to Shelby Park. You hold my head at bedtime, you know my favorite wine. This is why we work, why it's you and I.
In the middle of the day, you turn to me and say, come on, let's get away. Skip this town for a day. Get behind the wheel and drive. We don't care about the time with you by my side. I don't need to hide, I feel alive.
I think I got put this one. This front end loader is getting crazy.
Take it on a Sunday night. You know just when to kiss me. You know I don't like whiskey. This is why we work, why it's you and I. Down the line, people will forget the reason why they walk down the aisle. They lose their love to everyday life. That's not you and I. You bring me roses on a Tuesday, kiss me at the red light. We both like to walk down in Shelby Park. You hold my hand at bedtime, you know my favorite wine. This is why we work, why it's you and I. You bring me coffee in the morning.
Even these trucks are looking pretty.
We both like to dig it on a Sunday night. You know just when to kiss me. You know I don't like whiskey. This is why we work, why it's you and I. Dancing in the moonlight, girl, you bring the sun out. This is why we work, why it's you and I.
Yeah, I pretty much spent the entire live stream. That's crazy. I'm definitely staying. Yeah. Sure, I get everything done. Work. Sure, get everything done. Da, 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 da. I'm just amazed at how much sand got out of doing all of the terraform. Like I've got almost about like $3 million worth of which is good. Now, normally I would probably dump this like into a production. Decided to try to recoup some of that spending equipment lately. This time around, just sell it. Because there's going to be plenty more where this is coming from. I need sand. Another truck coming in. Like truck after truck after truck. At least I don't have to fix auto drive. So I got rid of the truck with the 2 trailers. So instead that truck is just hauling 1 trailer, and the spare trailer is connected to another truck. Better. And then I added an additional truck and trailer into this whole convoy. So have more trucks and more trailers going. I think you can probably take one over.
inside my mind. You can't ask me to surrender when reaching for the dream keeps me alive. 'Cause it's keeping me alive.
Eventually, I'm probably going to put a multi-fruit silo here.
Lost outside of
Probably in the where the
nowhere.
trees are somewhere. Play my
A stormy rain tried to wash away the dream.
the Mark Thor one.
Step
Have
one
two of them put
is
down,
a worn out
and it's gonna hold the olives in the crates.
diner's name is California
That way, I can just store them here, and then I can truck a large truckload over to wherever the production is. I already got one the oil production are on the side. Yeah.
as long as I remember.
Or I might even put oil productions over here.
Back inside my mind.
Sort of.
You can't ask me to surrender when reaching for the dream keeps me alive. For as long as I remember, it's been stuck inside my mind. You can't ask me to surrender when reaching for the dream keeps me alive.
That correct? They're truck. Okay. Oh yeah. Sometimes I live stream on Twitch too. I've live streamed a little bit on Twitch. Usually, if I get bored of my music, on Twitch, you can actually separate your music from from the actual VOD that gets stored up on Twitch. that's how people can actually play copyright music on it. So, or into doing my copyright music, probably catch Twitch. Like, a bit tired not of this music over and over again, right? Sometimes I just want to listen to Alan Jackson, country music, the stuff you hear on the radio, I guess. So if I get an inkling for that, usually I'll be Twitch streaming, because you can separate the music out. Got that separate that out the thing, so I should mention that because I did that a little bit, I think, this week. I don't really want to listen to this one. So, I want to live. Let's go on Twitch then. Should mention that to people. And when the only way that you're gonna know is if you're in my Discord, because I have a section in that will show if I've gone live. So I have a section in Discord that says Kiram Gaming is live, and it broadcasts that for both YouTube and Twitch. It does it for Kick too. I do have the ability to Kick, but I don't Kick that much. So I guess I thought I better mention that in case you're live streaming. I don't know, I just had an inkling for certain music. Wait. Sometimes I have an inkling for, like I said, Willie Nelson. Daft Punk, which is electronica, some remixes, the Eagles. I just wish YouTube had a ability to separate the VOD music. The only downside to that, though, because I know that the platforms are different. So, like, YouTube is more focused on the video aspect of things, whereas Twitch and Kick, they're more focused on the live stream aspect of things. So what I mean by that is that when people go and watch content on YouTube, they're there to watch a video, right? That's the clientele or the premise behind it. Whereas with Twitch and Kick, you're there to watch the live stream and you're not so much there to watch a replay. Like the Twitch and the Kick live streams, they only last for like a few days. Delete them off, right? So I think they last for about 7 days. The video, okay? And then Twitch and Kick, they delete them. So their intention is not to have people watching video replays and stuff like that. So, and I think, so back to my point, it doesn't matter if you know, you do the live stream and you do have like copyright music in the live stream Twitch, because the video, if you separate the audio track for it, it doesn't matter, because most of the people on Twitch are only there to watch while you're live, right? So if you have a VOD video that's up there that the music track isn't in there, it doesn't matter, because the likelihood that someone's going to watch it is probably whereas on YouTube, when you upload, right, you keep the VOD up, the video of the live stream, and it continues to gain watch time and stuff like that, because people from around the world will watch, right? And then on Kick, people do copyright music, but they just don't have an AI algorithm that can, you know, clean out. So the reason is, I think, against the terms of service, but how do you say it? They just don't have the AI capability of scrubbing every video that gets put up. Right? They're not that sophisticated. That's usually why people take some time to copyright. And they're the new kid on the block. To say down the road they will have it, but it won't really matter, because they also delete out their VODs too after a certain period of time. Alright, so their model is fairly similar to Twitch. Have so we think it's serious, that flashing UFO. I think it's a star now. Have a secretary in the background here looking it up. Found that there's a star called Sirius Canis that actually flashes quite a bit. So now we think it might actually be a star that just constantly winking. Some sort of twitching thing going on. So yeah, I have, I had an inkling for a certain type of music, so it some live stream. Or something else to do. Also, to keep up to date on how things run over there, they keep on updating over new features. Haven't been on Kick though for over a year. Haven't live streamed Kick. Might look at that again. Just see what it looks like. The setup process is a little easier too. You don't have to set up a thumbnail, and you don't need a description. All that it is on there, on both Twitch and Kick, is basically a description, some tags, and that's about it. You don't even make a thumbnail, right? Go live. There are some security questions though, like they'll ask you, is it like an 18 older content as well? Because some people do some very weird things over there. I'll leave that up to your guys' Alright. So they usually have extra categories that you need to specify for those extracurricular activities. I think the only downside that I don't like over there is there's a lot of bots. A lot of bots. So people advertising, saying, well, I'll build you an overlay for your live stream, alerts and stuff. So graphic design sales, basically. And then the one that really gets is the ones that say, well, pay me X amount of money and I will get like 50 to 60 accounts to subscribe to your Twitch or your whatever channel, right? Like, I think so. Thank you. And that's it. I do get these bots sometimes in the chat. Like, no, fine. Are you sure you've only got like 2 viewers right now on Twitch? Are you sure you don't want me to bring over for $50 like 50 people to watch? Like, no, I'm good. I'll stick with my 2 viewers. I think you get that too also on YouTube, but not as much. I've come across that a little bit on YouTube. But for some reason they don't really, those types of accounts don't really thrive very well on YouTube, I don't think, for those types of entrepreneurs, I guess. So, how are we doing for time? We've got about an hour left. It's interesting when I end my live stream. It's gonna be probably the next month. I'm at 2,300 hours in real life, and I'm 2,300 hours in game. What are the chances of that? That's crazy. So that would mean that would be in the next day. So we'll probably be doing a mixture for sure. We'll be doing sand sales, which we're doing right now. We will also be doing other sales. Gonna have to fix my road. I looks a little bit chewed up. So I garner, I'll probably hit about 17 billion. Sales up to 17. Even more.
Yeah, girl, you looking better than the photos.
Definitely getting it cleared out fairly quickly.
Yeah, busy schedule, but it doesn't really matter when it comes to you. Yeah, I can't wait till we're together. I could never get enough of you. Yeah, she said, "What you want from me, baby? What you want from me? Yeah, yeah." Nothing but your company, sitting on the top with me, yeah, yeah. Oh, girl, I can give you the time of your life right now, right now. Give you the moment you never could have right
I'll go this way now.
right now. Let me in, let me in, let me in your world. Yeah, let me in, let me in, let me in your life. Yeah. Yeah, she got that vibe, she got that go-go. Ooh, she mesmerized with her eyes when she's so close. Yeah, you gon' see when you get to know me. I'll be right beside you when you're lonely. How you be swinging with that body, put it on me. Woo. Won't you be the body in my story? She said, "What you want from me, baby? What you want from me? Yeah, yeah. Nothing but your company, sitting on the top with me. Yeah, yeah." She said, "What you want from me, baby? What you want from me? Yeah, yeah. Nothing but your company, sitting on the top with me. yeah, yeah. Oh, girl, I can give you the time of your life right now, right now. Give you the moment
Try
you never
course
could
like
have
I
right
can
now.
get this front loader
Let me in, let me in your world.
to fill this automatically.
Let me in your life. Yeah.
It can do it. Good. It works better inside a bunker though. Of course.
Yeah. Girl, I can give you the time of your life right now, right now. Give you the moment you never could have right now, right now. Let me in, let me in, let me in.
Loading position.
Yeah, let me in, let me in, let me in your life. Yeah.
Don't really. This will work. Target position. Yeah, it's not picking up the. Let's see if I can get start job. Nope. Yeah, it works better with a silo. But supposedly it's supposed to be able to pick up loose material. But it works better probably in a bunker silo. And they've had it for a while. So I guess the simple thing is that you just basically put all your aggregate into a silo. Really. And then you but I don't see a lot of people using that function. And I think it was in 19 as well. A bit of a complicated aspect of horseplay. So the feature keeps on coming back, but I don't think ideal way of getting it to work, because it's hard to define where your material is. Make sure that you get it all, with the exception if it's in like a bunker, right? So understand. Okay. I'm gonna help myself out a bit. I get the large front end loader. I think move most of this into a big pile. Move it closer. Right here. Let's go get the other front end loader. Because a lot of the piles are very far away. Not too far away, but I think if I grab this, I should be able to make it a little bit big, but I have a stone in here. See if I can dump this somewhere. Here's my dump truck. This guy could use some refueling. I'm going to use the other front end loader for filling because I've tried filling smaller trucks and I overfill with this. I'm just going to use this to clean my pile really. Gonna be a little weird getting in here. This thing's pretty big. $45,000. I did knock my truck out. Almost did. think that's probably. I'll just leave the front end here. By situation. Oh. And then this one. That's a lot of sand there. Wow. Barely see through the window. I need to put a pressure one. Just too much. Go figure out where I'm gonna put one down, because this is like hard to see through the window. Oh. You're right here for now. Cool. Right here. Get this thing clean.
friend, a fancy car, you're insatiable. You just want more. Climbing mountains,
There, that should give it a nice shine. Right? Right.
start living. You need to know you're beautiful, you're perfect just like you are. Release your control, start to let go. Take a night off and let yourself go a little crazy. Crazy, crazy. Release your control, let your body go a little crazy. Just crazy, crazy. Let your body go. Live your life like you're winning. You don't need no pressure in it. You've been struggling too long. Now it's time to move on. And tell the truth like you mean it. Listen to yourself and hear it. And you start to remember how to surrender. You need to know you're beautiful, you're perfect just like you are. Release your control, start to let go. Take a night off and let yourself go a little crazy. Crazy, crazy. Release your control, let your body go a little crazy. Just crazy, crazy. Let your body breathe. You need to know you're beautiful, you're perfect just like you are. Release your control, start to let go. Take a night off and let yourself go a little crazy. Crazy, crazy. Yeah. Release your control, let your body go a little crazy. It's just crazy. It's so crazy. Let your body go.
Something's in the air.
It's that stuff
I
on
can feel it
trackers.
everywhere.
That's some weird stuff going on.
Every color seems to bloom, and there's light in every room.
I wonder if it's set to high performance.
Now they're looking up. I
Because I
can
did
see
update it.
in your eyes that lately it's been tough, but now the sun is rising, and we're new people. Let's be new people. There's summer. Don't let me down, down, down. Don't let me down, down, down. I wanna be up,
Let's just
so high.
reload the tracker.
Down, down. I've been down, so down, and now I'm done. I'm aiming for the sky. Don't let me down.
Let me check the system section.
Don't let me down.
Power saving. I should probably have it on balance.
Don't let me down. Don't let me down. I'm aiming for the sky. Everyone got stories, so let's start listening. Let the rain wash away the tears that keeps crippling. Now they're looking up. I can see it in your eyes that lately it's been tough, but now the sun is rising, and we're new people. Let's be new people. There's summer. Don't let me down, down, down. Don't let me down, down, down. I wanna be up, 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 so
Oh.
high.
Oh,
'Cause I've been down, down, down. I've been down, so down, and now I'm done. I'm aiming for the sky. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Aiming for the sky. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. I'm aiming for the sky. Now they're looking
I don't know. Oh, I probably will call it stream. Later. Who's live streaming at the moment? I probably have to reinstall the tracker probably. Probably, I know that I had a update for my USB drivers. I probably have some power management settings turned on. Because that's what happens when you install a driver. It resets everything to default. And power plan is always turned on those bloody USB devices. There's Devil Gaming. Like him. All right. So yeah, thank you everybody on tonight's live stream. We'll see you in the next one. Remember to hit like, subscribe, and stay.